Hi everybody, I'm here in my home getting ready for Shabbat and about to cook my chicken soup. Every week I cook chicken soup because Shabbat would not be the same without chicken soup. So I'm going to share with you the ingredients that I use, and hopefully it's really not difficult. You'll be able to make some delicious soup which will make your home smell really delicious and hopefully create those memories for Shabbat for your family. So the ingredients that I have are my chicken. I use chicken bottoms because they're more flavorful. And I also put in some chicken bones, which you can get at the kosher market. It comes in this mesh bag, but if it doesn't come in the mesh bag, you can put it in your own mesh bag, so you could throw it out after the soup is done. I also have some dill and some onion, and I have parsnip and celery and carrots, and I have my spices. Some people add a turnip, some people add a leek. It really depends on what you want to experiment with and what vegetables you want in your soup. Now I have to tell you, no two chicken soups ever taste the same. My mother's didn't taste the same as my grandmother's. Mine doesn't taste the same as my sister's, but that's the beauty of it. In fact, a few weeks ago, I bought this pot because I told my husband, you know, I make chicken soup every Shabbat. Maybe I'll make it in this really large pot, and that way I can save it and store it for a couple of weeks. But I gotta say, I didn't love it the same as I do from the pot that I use every week. So here goes. I've already got the water boiling in my pot. I've washed my hands really well, and I'm going to put in my ingredients. I'm gonna start with the chicken bones, which is in the bag. Then I'm going to add my chicken. Here I'm adding 4 pieces, actually 5, because I love it to be flavorful. You'll see my pot is filling up. So I filled up the pot 3/4 the way with water. But as you see, it's getting pretty high, so I probably will have to empty out a little bit of the water so that all my vegetables can fit inside. So what I'm going to do, just to avoid taking the water out later, is I'm going to pour some out right now, and then if I have to later, I'll pour a little bit more out. Once the chicken soup is cooked and it's really flavorful, you'll see that you can add some water later on as you warm it up, and you can divide it actually into 2 pots or save it for another time, and you'll see how flavorful it is. I'm going to put in my onion. I'm going to put in my dill. I'm going to slice my carrots. And watch my fingers. I like to put it back into that measuring cup so that I don't burn my hands in case the water is really hot. I once wrote a blog at the JCC about the sounds of Shabbat at my house. The sounds of singing at the table on Shabbat. Although I'm not really sure I'm a blogger, but I did write this blog. And I think that one day I want to write about the smells of Shabbat at my house that really resonate with me and remain with me till this day and probably forever. And so I try to create those memories for my children as well. Some of the foods that really smelled good in my house for Shabbat were chicken, potato kugel, my mother made a noodle kugel, and lots of other delicious foods for Shabbat that were special for Shabbat that we did not eat during the week. So I'm almost done putting in my vegetables. It's getting nice and full. And before I add the last 2 vegetables, I'm going to show you how I add my spices. Now, I don't really have a measurement because my grandmother and my mother just told me to shake. So that's what I do. I just shake it around. Here's a little bit of salt. And you can always add more later. It's better to add more later than to have it too salty. And my pepper. And I add some garlic powder. And some onion powder. And I'm really feeling like Rachel Ray here. And some paprika, just for a little bit of color. Now some people add chicken consomme like the powdered chicken consomme if they want it to be a little bit more flavorful, but it's really not necessary. And once the chicken soup is cooked, I let it cook for quite a few hours on a low simmer. I make sometimes a little pot of small thin noodles. Some people add croutons to their chicken soup, but that's really all that it takes. Once it starts cooking and bubbling up, the house will start to smell and you'll have that feeling of Shabbat. So I want to wish everybody Shabbat Shalom, and I can't wait to enjoy my chicken soup. And I hope that you can have the same experience with your family. Shabbat Shalom.